unfolding. Millions of Chinese citizens went on the street to demand an end to the communist regime's totalitarian measures and to call for economic change and democratic reform within the system. The movement was unprecedented in modern Chinese history. Chinese people saw a glimpse of hope. When the students kneeled down at the foot of the Great Hall, when the students unfolded a banner that read "Xiaoping Ni Hao," which in Chinese means that the greeting to Deng Xiaoping, the de facto head of the Communist Party. They put their hope in the Chinese Communist Party's mercy, hoping the CCP would reform itself and grant the people the freedom. However, at the dawn of the June 4th, 1989, this glimpse of hope was smashed, and the dream was shattered. The CCP's tank rolled over young student body. The soldiers' AK-45s fired on the crowd. About 3,000 lives were lost. Among them was Mr. Jiang Jielian, the 17-year-old son of Professor Ding Zilin, who is the founder of Tiananmen March. Instantly, white terror blanketed China, and the purgatory ensued. Among the victims was Chen Lantao, a recent graduate from a university who was sentenced to 18 years in jail. In the 20 years after 1989, what has the CCP done? The corruption has run rampant in the country. The disparity between rich and poor has widened, and the social conflict has intensified. The disparity between rich and poor has widened. The social conflict has intensified. Traditional Chinese value and assault by the CCP continue to decline at an ever-increasing rate, especially since 1999. The CCP has tightened its grip on the people's beliefs and values, including those of Christians, Tibetans, and the Falun Gong practitioners who just believe in truth, compassion, and tolerance. Since 1999, at least 3,242 Falun Gong practitioners were confirmed to have died in the persecution of Falun Gong. An independent report prepared by prominent Canadians David Kogel and David Maddox came to the shocking conclusion that the mass organ harvesting of Falun Gong practitioners have taken place over the last several years, since 1999 to about 2004. Evidence includes that tens of thousands of practitioners have been custom killed for their organs. The persecution of Falun Gong reached almost every corner of the country, with death confirmed in virtually every one of the Chinese province major cities. In the years leading to the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games, over 1 million Falun Gong practitioners were sent to jail. Several days ago, during an interview by Voice of America, Professor Ding Zilin, the founder of the Tiananmen March, said she just realized after 20 years that the tragedy of June 4th is the result of the CCP's totalitarian rule, and that the June 4th issue cannot be resolved under the dictatorship of the Communist Party. Speaking of her son who was killed, she cried, "It was the death of my son that made me gradually work out of the stupidity that CCP culture have created in me, and returned to the dignity and the conscience as a human being." Just like Professor Ding, Now tens of thousands of Chinese people are awakening every day after they see through the true nature of the Communist Party. As of June 3rd, 2009, today, over 55 million Chinese people have openly severed their relationship, their ties with the Communist Party, as recorded on an online site for that purpose. This movement was inspired by a book called The 9 Commentaries on the Communist Party. And I have a book in the back. If you're interested, you can grab a copy of that book, and also a video. Published by the Epoch Times, the Chinese people are no longer kneeling down to beg for their right, compared to 20 years ago, 1989. On the 20th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre, when we pause to reflect and stand in solidarity, let's think about what we can do. The Chinese regime wants us to forget history, just like the young people in China right now. They don't know who is the Tiananmen. They want us to forget that the CCP is the source of all tragedies. Forget that the CCP is responsible for the death of 80 million people in the last 50 years or so. Forget that the CCP has proven itself to be the enemy of the people. Let's all say we refuse to forget. We do not need the CCP's rule. The Chinese people have the right for freedom. An important way to do this is to renounce all the ties with the party. When more and more people reject the CCP, communism will collapse as they did in the former Soviet Union and the Eastern Bloc countries. The blood of the young students who died in the Tiananmen Square will not be spilled in vain. One by one, let's reject the CCP and bring about its disintegration. Thank you very much.